All right, welcome back, everybody. This is going to be a new adventure today. Going to head out. This is a brand new spot I've never been to before. It's a section of state game area that's about a half hour away from my house, but I've never been here before. We're going to start with this big long section of power lines that leads back to a river and then woods on either side that's just full of the unknown. Again, I bring my little Rossi 410 along to see if there's any squirrels or rabbits on the way, but thanks for coming along this adventure. We'll see what we find out there. This is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to this one. All right. So I decided to get off the power lines and come down into the woods more. There's supposed to be a small little pond or lake into the woods here. I'm gonna try to find that because there's not a whole lot of land features here. It's mostly flat, but there's some dips. Of course, I haven't been back all the way yet. Looking for squirrel tracks too. Seems to be a lot of squirrel activity in here. Haven't seen any yet, but there's tons of sign of them. But I'm gonna see if I can make it down to this pond. See what there's a bunch of squirrel tracks right there. Fresh ones too. Yeah, it looks like just down over here there's some water frozen, a little pond or whatever. I'm gonna go down there and see what's going on over there. That'll be fun. All right, I'll check back in a minute. So I'm walking. Here's the pond. It's not really a pond as much as it's just a low marshland, but I'm gonna go down there anyway. But just came across this and want to check this out. That log is charred, burnt to a crisp. That's the only one right here. You can see how bad that was burnt. There's a little bit laying there, I think, that was attached to it, but it's the only one in the area. I don't know if somebody did that, if they got hit by lightning or what, but that thing is toast. Pretty cool. All right, pond is right over that hill down in the bottom of there, or marsh or whatever. We're gonna go down there and see if we can find any rabbits or anything. There's still fresh squirrel tracks everywhere. But we just don't see them. They're just not out here. But anyway, we'll move on. This is that little pond or marsh area. Get that one lone dead birch stand right there in front of me. That's where I'm gonna go. This terrain here actually ended up being a lot better than I thought. It got a lot more ups and downs and high spots. I didn't think it was gonna be like this. I thought it was gonna be a lot more flat. Ended up being a really nice spot. There's a lot of area to cover here too. That low marshy spot on my map, or it showed it as a pond, and I wonder if it's just seasonal, but my buddy's map that I'm with just shows it as a low marshland. But there you go, and it goes down that way quite a bit. It curves down at dog legs to the right and goes around and actually comes down quite a ways. So this is a pretty cool spot. Yes. I don't think a birch tree. I think it was a poplar or an aspen. I think we're going to head up on that ridge and go this way and try to go around it and then go this way up north and then back over to the river. The big river's quite a ways up that way. We're going to head up there. But we're going to continue to take you guys along for the ride, and this time I brought an extra battery, so I should be able to get the whole thing. So we'll see what's next. That ridge looks pretty neat. It's neat over top of this. It's got a cool view. It's a beautiful sunny day. Temperature's about 25 degrees Fahrenheit. It's just a gorgeous day outside. I'm having fun. Just wandering around. It is fun. All right, let's move on. I changed my mind and took the waterway because I'm a sucker for water. This is a pretty cool valley, and there's definitely water down here. It's not, I'm sure some years it's seasonal, but you've got ice and there's water. It's probably not very deep, but we're gonna work our way down to the bottom of this, to the end. Like I said, it's really long and narrow, so we're gonna work our way down and then head up and then head over to the river. So I'll keep taking you guys along for the ride, just enjoying the view, enjoying the sun, enjoying the day. All right. Probably can't see it, it's too far away, but right there on that tree is a big old pileated woodpecker going to town on that tree. Just flew right in front of us. I didn't have the camera on. Doubt I'll be able to get very close to him. He keeps poking his head out. There he goes. Fortunately, it's too far away. I don't have a close-up on this little GoPro either. But we're still down here at the bottom of this ravine, whatever you want to call it. This little bowl where the water gathers. This is probably the biggest area of water right here. Still no squirrel. My battery's almost dead on this one, but I got another one. It looks like we're coming up to the end of this. And then it opens up into another pond, so we're going to head over that way too. And there's that pileated. He's still there. Wonder how close he'll let me get. There he is. There he goes. And he's gone. That's cool. For the reason I love coming out here seeing that kind of stuff. And again, there's more squirrel tracks everywhere, but we just cannot seem to find one. Oh well. Move on. Here we go. Well, that's it. This is the end of the lowland area over here on this side of the property. We're gonna head up that ridge that way, cross back over the power lines, head towards the river again, and then come back down there. Hopefully the land stays similar to this with the big hills and valleys. I really like that. It makes for good walking and just pretty scenery. Well, this is just a lowland marsh area with all this grass in here. That's it. All right, we're gonna keep on going. Move up that ridge, see what else we can find. So I'm on top of the ridge now. We came up a lot bigger of a hill than I thought, but this is a predominantly, well, pretty much the whole area we've been in is predominantly white oak and red oak with a little bit of cherry here and there and some maples and things here and there, but mostly oak, about probably 85 to 90% oak. And this is a pretty young forest. These trees aren't very big. And we've kept finding more of those standalone burnt ones too. So I wonder if a fire had gone through here years ago, if it was more of a bigger fire than just a couple of random lightning strikes. But I don't know, I can look at the history of this place and find out. We're gonna keep going through these young trees. Keep on moving over to that river because I really want to get down to that river today. But it is quite a long ways to come completely at the end of the opposite end of the property that we're on right now. But regardless, it's still a beautiful day. See these burrows, these cherry burrows. Been running into quite a few of those too. Anytime there's not a lot of cherry trees here, but ones that are, I keep finding these nice little burrows on them. Anyway, here we go. We're going that way. Those power lines look like they go for a long ways. We're gonna sneak through there and head up through the woods over to the river. And this has been quite the hike so far. I don't even know how far we've gone. I got my tracker on today to find out the amount of distance that we're going. I don't necessarily need it for direction, but I want to see the path that we take and then how far we go. How long it takes to get to where we want to go and then how long it takes to get back. I mean distance, not necessarily time, but just curious. Anyway, we're gonna keep on wandering, looking for bunnies and squirrels on the way. I'm gonna try and make it up to the top of this hill right here, because there's, along these power lines, it drops way down. I don't know what's down there. It could be the river. It's getting warm. It's getting really warm. It's just gonna be time to take a break, get some water, maybe shed some layers. Yeah, the river's not down there yet. We still got a ways to go in. I was hoping the river would be at the bottom of this bowl here, but it's not. So we're gonna cut in right here and keep going. All right, we'll keep you updated as we go. So I decided to keep walking at the bottom of the hill, and there's the river. So we made it. Now we're gonna wander down the river quite a ways. This is a nice little section. It's a good river to canoe on too. I've taken canoe trips down this river quite a few times in the summer. It's like there's animals walking across it too. Or I'm sorry, have been walking across it. There's tracks going out there. Oh yeah. Cool, we made it. At least to the river. Now I'm gonna take a break, get some water, find out what some of these tracks are here too. Oh, that's not very, I don't know what those are. I stepped on that ice and it just already cracked, so I don't think I'm gonna go any farther than that. All right, I'm gonna take a break and then we'll start filming some more as we go down the river. Ow!
Hit by ice.
Get hit by ice. Hit me right in the forehead.
I'm gonna pop one right here.
You can hear that ice just cracking.
I know it.
They go through?
I made it through the first layer.
Oh well. Now we're just screwing around. So this property is right on the edge, on the end of a runway. You hear the first plane taking off today, which I'm surprised there hasn't been more flying out today. It's such a beautiful day. The winds are up a little bit, but a beautiful day like this, there's not a lot of pilots I know of that won't get out, get a chance to get out. Did you find it?
No, but this ice isn't very thick until it goes right down to the bottom, because I'm hitting dirt.
Oh.
So, just FYI.
Yep. That's why I'm not walking out there. Because it's very thin. Oh wow. This is cool though. Let's keep going and see if we can, what else we can find.
Here's some fresh squirrel tracks.
So we're down by the river still, just making our way along the river, and there's just so many tracks of animals down here. Coons and rabbit and squirrel. Just having a lot of fun down here. It's a pretty neat spot. Flowing down the river. I canoed down this river several times. I think I already mentioned that, but it's really a lot of fun. So this is pretty cool, being able to walk alongside the river in a completely different time of the year. I love being out in the winter. Man, there's more fresh squirrel tracks there. There's just nobody out. I haven't seen anything. Beautiful trees out here. It's a really gorgeous area. You can't probably see what I see through the camera. It doesn't really do it justice, but I'll see if I can get some better shots of up and down the river. The ice isn't really that thick, so I don't want to go out too far on it. I'll take you around the bend here. It kind of curves like that, goes down that way, so we'll see if we can get some better shots. I tell you, no sooner did I say that I'm surprised that there's nobody flying today. Probably about four or five planes have now left. So, guess I spoke too soon. I'm going over this right now. All right, I'll keep you guys going with us. I know we can get the other side too, but we'd have to go back to the car and go around. There's no place to cross the river here. But that whole area over there is all state land as well. There's a huge ridge up there. It's all the way up there. It would be a lot of... be pretty cool to go over there too. Maybe we'll do that too. All right, we'll keep going. Looks like we got a bunch of coon over here. There's tracks all over the place. There's a bunch of them down here. I'm gonna keep walking along the edge of the river here. I remember this spot in the river, the water is actually quite low here. It's not very deep. And the edge along the bank seems to be pretty solid until I get up to that spot right there. I spoke too soon. It looks like there's definitely a spot that's not very safe, but I think I'll get up on land and steer clear of that, walk back down up a little bit further. I don't want to go by that. It's not deep as in water, but the mud is probably over my boots. I don't want to go in that. There's a little island up here. That's kind of where I want to go, right up there. So I'm gonna jump into the woods here and walk down a little bit further, and then once I get up to that island, I'll go out there. So I found this little cubby here underneath this blowover, and there's coyote tracks coming out of it. And I was like, hey, a coyote was hiding out in there for a little bit, and then we followed over here, and bam, there's a dead buck right here. He's got a nice size rack. He bought a 6-point. We're gonna try and dig his skull out a little bit, see if we can get him out. But yeah, the coyote's been down here feasting on this guy. Cool. Pretty cool. Looks like it's only the one side of him. Everything else is kind of buried in the mud and frozen. Who knows how long he's been there. But we're gonna try and dig that head out, see how big that rack really is. All right, once we get it out, we'll show you guys. So we found this dead buck here laying in the ice. Is buried because it looks like it was a straight up coyote kill. We couldn't get the head out. It's frozen in there pretty good. There's a kind of a look at it. He's a 6-point. It's kind of got this weird growth, almost like a paddle on that one. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that on a whitetail before, but can't get it out. He's frozen. He's frozen in there pretty good. So we're just gonna leave him, let the coyotes have him move on our way. But that's pretty cool. I've never seen anything like that. I've never come upon a coyote kill like that out here anyway, in my neck of the woods, let's call it. But anyway, there you go. Cool. We'll keep going on, see if we can find any more cool things to show you guys. Well, we're gonna start making our way back to the truck. It's starting to get kind of late, and we got quite a ways to walk back yet. We couldn't get to the island in the river. Ice just wasn't thick enough. I didn't feel like dealing with it. I know the water's not very deep there, but I just didn't feel like getting wet or chancing anything. So we just said, forget it. We got to get back. So we're gonna go back and maybe sit in the woods for a minute again, see if we can find some squirrels. Even though there's signs of them everywhere, we still haven't been able to see any today. So we're just gonna pick a spot and just kind of sit for a minute. I just picked up this trail. I didn't know this was here, but it's quiet out here. We're going to be making our way back, and once we get kind of back a little further, I'll touch in again, touch base. Overall, it's been a pretty fun day. Quite the hike. Of course, at the end, I'll give you an update, see how far, let you know how far we went today as far as mileage. I don't think it was that far. I bet it wasn't even 3 miles. I doubt it was even that. But I don't know, we'll check it out. I'll touch base here again in a little bit. think there's a hawk up there. Can't quite see it. There's a stinking airplane though. This is one of those areas that I'm gonna definitely come back here in the spring, summer, and mushroom hunting. It's gonna be prime real estate for that, I'll tell you. There's a lot of good spots out here for that. Oh, this is that berm. Got a lot of growth in between it. Still got quite a ways to go yet. We're just now getting out to the power lines. That was quite the hill I walked up. Alright. Well, we're back out to the power lines. And we still got a long ways to go. So, I'll touch back again. I think we're gonna head down almost to where we started at. That spot where we first went in and go in there and sit for a little bit. See if we can see some squirrels. So, I'll be back on again. Well, folks, that's it for today. Thanks for joining us on this trip. You know, this is a brand new area for me. and my buddy here. We loved it. We had a great time. The terrain was really cool, going down by the rivers. All right, folks, thanks for joining me again. My battery died when I was out in the woods, so I had to wait till I got home to get a new battery to be able to do my outro. So I got a new battery in, but I just want to say thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I had a lot of fun. Me and my buddy, we went, it was just under 3 miles, which I think I said it was going to be about that, somewhere in there. It was 2.88 miles we did today. Just went to a brand new area. It was just really cool. It was really nice. It was neat to see that river. Didn't see any squirrels, didn't see any rabbits, but again, that wasn't the point of why we went. And now I've got, looks like 2 deer coming up to the corn pile in the back. Oh, that one's got her tail up. She's running now. I was going to show it to you, but I don't think you can see them now. They're in the woods. Anyway, thanks for coming along. I hope you guys had a good time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. God bless.